Kingdom Hearts 4. If you haven't kept up with the Kingdom Hearts lore bomb. So there was a phone game that was not just going to be phone. It was going to be also on like PCs and coming out. That was going to be like Pokemon Go, a new type of Go a Go-like game.
What's like? Isn't it like? It's not augmented reality, but it's some sort
yeah,
of like
basically
reality adjacent game.
You can call it an augmented reality. That's fine. And it looked really fucking cool. I was actually super excited for Missing Link. You could like play it at home, plug in a controller, and play it like it looked like it played like like a Birth by Sleep 0.2 type dealy. Like not as crazy as 3, but like still pretty fluidy,
like an action
moving around
game.
stuff. And it had 2 different levels of like zooming in and stuff. You could like zoom in on telemetry data for like go to your house and like how like if you use any map anything, they have like little 3D models from satellite scans of how high something is, and they took all of that and they're like, okay, let's put buildings on this shit. So every building was like a Kingdom Heartsified building, and you would have been able to like climb up it and all this shit. If you went down to like the ground level, like the 1-to-1 scale level, you could have done that. And then there was like a zoomed out like little macro view where it was just kind of whatever. And that was really cool. And it wasn't tethered. Like the big problem that everybody has with these games is because they don't want to walk. They're gamers. They want to sit at home and they want to rot on the couch. So you could, if you wanted to, you could do that. They had a system where you could like do something, and it seemed pretty generous to be able to go to any place in the world and go out there and do that thing. I don't have any footage up or any screenshots, so whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not looking it up. I don't care.
Because the sad end of the story is it's not
real. It doesn't matter because it's gone.
No!
They canceled it, which honestly makes a ton of sense with the direction Square Enix has been going. They yanked, I think, every other phone game they had. Like the Final Fantasy one is gone.
I was going to say there was a Final Fantasy one, right?
The Final Fantasy one's dead. What, Brave Exvius or whatever the fuck it was called? Like, isn't that gone? Yeah. I believe that's gone. The Nier one's gone. Sino Alice was another, I want to say, Square Enix one that Yoko Taro did some shit on. That's gone. Whole bunch of shit's gone. And so I'm not surprised that that this happened. Oh well. But it had a lot of potential. Could have been cool. And as a Kingdom Hearts fan, I was very excited to see a game like this, because like I like the idea of Pokemon Go so much, but I think the economy of it is such a pain in the ass.
It's pretty rough.
I hate it. But I also kind of agree with Digitray that like lore-heavy phone games, probably a bad idea. I will say though, my current favorite phone game is fucking Nikke, and not for the reason you're thinking, although that is part of it. That's the big booty shooty game. They have a whole system with like, they really forefront the writing. Like the writing is what they try to get you invested in the writing and the characters, and like the characters will text you and you can like talk to them and do like little fake dates and shit and stuff. And it's really dynamic. I think it's awesome what they do with the writing system. It's like Persona level social link stuff stapled onto like a fucking Time Crisis type game. That's what that game is.
Do they give you like little like pre-formatted text messages to send back, or do you have to like
Yeah, I stepped away for a second to feed the dogs. Jennifer Rinkar, my friend who you know, that's all. So she plays a bunch of idle games.
Yeah.
Or like what was that?
IDOL, idle games.
Yeah.
That are also idle games, ideally.
Like Idle 7, stuff like that. She plays like a bunch of phone games where that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You're playing a character and you're going down a route, just texting at characters like different prompts. And
that's it.
That's
it. That's the game. And it's like they took the dating sim part, made that its own thing, and that is it. That's the end. Like that is the gameplay that a lot of people are looking for, and they kind of just sucked that out and made it its own thing for a lot of these things. And Nikke just throws this little shooter thing on it that's actually pretty fun. But it's still fucking numbers, bullshit, whatever. Regardless, point being, you can make a game that the writing is the focus and be a phone game. You can make that work. And I think Kingdom Hearts would have been a really fun one to do in particular. And it's like, if you don't want the fucking phone game lore, people will just fucking make videos and throw it up there anyway. That's how I experienced all the Unchained stuff and all that, Union Cross, whatever the fuck. I just watched it. I played it a little bit and was like, this game sucks ass. So I'm just gonna watch the cutscenes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still very hazy on a lot of the phone game lore. Like I feel like I've watched like lore breakdown videos, and like I feel like I've forgotten a lot of what was in them, but like I have like a vague understanding of the timeline.
I can give you the timeline in 2 sentences.
Yeah, when Kingdom Hearts 4 drops, I feel like I'm going to need like so many more reviews.
You don't. This is all you need to know.
Okay.
Before everything happened, every world was secretly one continent.
Like
they
one
were
big
all
world.
connected.
Yeah.
Every world was connected, and in the center of it, there was this little town. Okay, got it?
All right,
so then there's this little
Pangea
book where
was
like,
always-
yeah, it's always Pangea. It's always Pangea. Just like One Piece.
Yeah.
And the Earth.
And
Swear
the
to
Earth.
God.
Yeah. There's this little fairy tale book, and from that book comes light and stuff. So people from this town would teleport through the book to go to these places to get little light stuff so they could up their little groups. So the little groups, whoever had the most light was the coolest guy. And then the Master of Masters is a guy, and he was secretly wanted to get all this shit for himself because darkness is cool, or maybe light is cool, and maybe he's a bad guy, maybe he's not.
We're still not sure.
The world's separated. That's how we got separated. World of Kingdom Hearts, and then everybody else was just like, "Oh man, that guy's a little rascal." The end. And then it's just a bunch of little characters that are involved in this plight, but that is the overarching thing that happened.
Someone said Disney World in the chat, and that made me made a thing click. They have a thing at Disney World where you can. It's like a key that you can get.
Yes.
They just brought it out, and you go around the different parts of Disney World, and you put it in, and it lights up a thing on your key, and then it makes the attraction do a thing. That sounds like
Just
what you were talking about.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
like
It's
Sora's
just like
summons.
because it's real life. Because it's all real life. What's happening is it's real life. So that's why I thought Missing Link would be cool, because it was very playing on like it is in the real world. Like I thought that was, I'm sure pun intended, the missing link between the narrative. Like it is a thing that we can objectively tie and go, oh, the data for our real world is the data that was used for this new version of Daybreak Town. Which is like the main town in the phone game.
The fake world was based on the real.
Was based on the real world, exactly. And like I think that was going to actually
real
be very
world player at home.
Yes, I think that was actually going to be very important and part of it. Anyways, now it's gone. It died. They said, "Fuck that shit," and they were like, "Well, so now what's happening?" Is all the Kingdom Hearts fans are coming out of their little troll caves like me and going, this was all planned. This is the grand master plan. This is what happened.
The master of master.
The master of master plan. Okay? Because people are saying, people being me and other smart individuals are going, well, of course, this phone game had to be canceled because Nomura wanted it to be canceled. Okay? So if the phone game that is based on the real world, where currently Sora is headed to, is the idea, right? If he was sent to like the Missing Link world, that was his whole thing. Was like he's being sent to the world of unreality, of whatever the fuck, right? If that world is now gone, that's why Sora's voice can't reach. Because that world's gone.
Because it was
deleted and it was never there. And the whole story of Kingdom Hearts 4 and go to 5 and 6 and whatever the fucking trilogy is going to be is about retroactively making Versus 13 real. A game that was also canceled. It's perfect.
I
It's
can't
Kino.
wait for Kingdom Hearts 6 to like the epic credit sequence is Sora getting a phone with Kingdom Hearts missing link on it,
he gets a
and being
phone
like, I found it.
I found the missing link. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh man, I have that gummy phone. I should
You honestly.
print out.
You should.
I should print out a dumb like missing link screen.
Little screenshot and be like,
Put on.
guys,
Yeah.
I found it.
Yeah, just go like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. This game rules.
I've been playing this for weeks.
Yeah.
Lost some weight playing it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to say 80% chance that I'm wrong, but I'm holding out hope that I'm right. Because I'm always right when it comes to Kingdom Hearts.
Master of Masters hood's going to come off, and it's going to be Kieran in there.
Listen, I didn't want to tell you.
Holding a phone.
I didn't want to tell you on a stream. I was hoping you'd let me get to build that up for a while. Yeah, all of Good Time Zone was a psyop to get to that reveal. But anyways,
Poor Master has the Sony Ericsson phone. It was like this crossover deal that Square had to make in 2006
Yes.
when this was all planned.
yeah. After they killed it, they were like, okay, well, here's a little treat for you, you little scamps. Sorry to take away your little toy.
This is probably, like, I hadn't thought about the missing link stuff, so it's probably more about that. But when this first dropped, my thought was, like, this is them going, we're not going to have anything to show at whatever the E3 equivalent is this year, so here's what you're going to get for us as far as information about Kingdom Hearts in any capacity.
Probably. So they sent out this, and they were like, hey, we're still working on KH4. Sorry, we aren't doing the other game, but this game's still happening. Probably for the best, I'm going to say. That's fine. It would have been cool. Missing Link seemed neat, but, you know, whatever. I think the stuff that is in it will be retrofitted and made important. And, like, no joke, I think its cancellation will be retrofitted to be important in
Be
this
part of
stuff.
the universe.
Even if that wasn't the plan, it will be made the plan in the future. They'll be like, oh, of course, he's so smart. How does he do it? It's because he makes shit up as he goes, like every good artist. So,
Man, I'm just now thinking about how Kingdom Hearts 3 had all, like, the fake Twitter and stuff that, like, Sora was posting to. And, like, how Kingdom Hearts 4 could have had him just pulling up the app and playing the game you play every so often.
yeah, could have been cool.
Anyway, sorry. Lost possibilities.
I know. But it'll come back. We still use phones. They'll still be hip, still be happening. New screenshots. Look
Who's
at
that girl?
That girl is Strelitzia. She is from the first phone game.
She's Marluxia's somebody's sister?
Marluxia's
Is that-
somebody's sister.
Is that correct? Or am I making that up?
Let's say sure.
I feel like there was a Strelitzia and Marluxia was somehow related to them, but I might be making that up.
Yeah. What was his Miriam?
I don't even remember what his somebody name was.
Lorium is his fucking name? I'm a little rusty on the phone knowledge because I genuinely don't think it matters that much.
Well, you know what I think matters. Thank you, Swanky Tiger, for gifting 5 memberships over there.
Yeah, she's from
welcome,
Cubs. Thanks,
everybody.
Swanky Tiger. So let's break down the importance here. We already saw in the 4 trailer, we already saw that she was there in the apartment that Sora ends up in with his real feet. That she's there. They're involved. Some people think she could potentially be the missing star in the final world in 3.
Okay.
I'm convinced that the missing, like the star in final world is affectionately referred to as Stella, who was the girl. That's her fan name from the Versus 13 trailers. The girl who was supposed to be Noctis's bride or whatever in Versus 13. I think there's a lot more evidence pointing to that being that character than her. But some people are like, oh, maybe it's her. But anyways, so like there could be something there, but I don't think so. I think her being here is just kind of fun. But I could tell you, I don't remember what happens. I just know everybody pieces the fuck out of Daybreak Town when everything explodes. And they use weird little time arcs, those little things at the end of KH1.
Yeah,
those little tube holes.
Arcs or whatever.
Yeah, they get in those things and piece the fuck out to another
Little escape
dimension,
hatches.
whatever. And then, what's her name? Ava took a bunch of other people as the dandelions that your character in the phone game was like a part of. I want to say. I'm a little rusty on it, but I'm going to be real. I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters at all.
I'll trust you.
Yeah.
Well, because that's the thing is I feel like they at least have to know that, like, I'm going to be maybe a little overgeneralizing here, but I would say most of the American Kingdom Hearts audience has very little idea of the phone games and their lore. And so I would be surprised how much of it is integral without them re-explaining it within the context of the game anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Like, when Ephemer showed up in 3 during the tornado Heartless thing, and then the lights from the sublights come from the past, like that part happened, and then you're mashing all the
It's
names.
like, if you know, here's a little extra
Yes,
nod, but
if you
for
know,
everyone
it's
else
cool.
who doesn't, we're going to give them a throwaway line that goes, oh, you're from that thing that is important because I'm telling you it is.
Yes, anything that matters will be made evident why it matters in the context of the moment. I don't think you're going to need to know this shit to feel the excitement of the moment when it happens. I think they will make it palatable for newcomers. That's probably a big focus for them, especially with them seeing how, like, people are treating Marvel as homework now. I think there's a lot of burnout from this, like, I have to watch every fucking thing to appreciate a 1 minute, hey, look, it's Guy from Thing.
It's that guy. It's the Thing.
Oh my God. You know, it's just pure.
And he's wearing his Silver Age suit.
It's slop for, like, you know, people to look at their significant others who are so patiently sitting there watching this thing in the theater with them to go over and look, oh, it's that guy from that Thing. Okay, so, and like as the movie's going on, to like
nudge my wife and go, that's Spider-Man. I know him.
That's Spider-Man. That's so cool.
I've met him before.
Michael is, I believe...
Michael Mouse over here.
He's in one of two places. He's in the library that Master of Masters has, or he's in Hollow Bastion. I think he's in Hollow Bastion.
I immediately thought Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like the chandelier thing, there's a chandelier very much like this.
This layout reminds me
in KH1.
very much of Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, I think people are pulling way too hard for this one. I think this is just Hollow Bastion. And a lot of places in 3 looked different in their 3 interpretations. That doesn't mean they're not the same place. I think this is just the library from Hollow Bastion. It doesn't matter if the layout isn't the same. Like, whatever. That's what I think.
It doesn't look fancy enough to be Scala at Kayam.
It really doesn't. And I think all the architecture and the books, and it's the same colored books. It's the fucking green, blue, red books that are in the Hollow Bastion library. And, like...
It's the classic book colors.
It's the classic everybody knows. Green. I grew up reading green. We all know
love
this.
the green book. Raised my family.
My family was right-leaning, so we only had red books.
You only had red books.
But I could see him being someplace else, but my first thought was this is Hollow Bastion. Some people are saying that apparently in Melody of Memory it's mentioned he's looking for information in Scala. I could believe that. That could be this place, but the chandelier and the color of the books makes me think this is Hollow Bastion more than any other thing.
How everything in this universe is always connected anyways. Like, we could come to find out that, like, Hollow Bastion is some fucking...
It's some
like,
branch of
offshoot
Scala
of Kylum. Yeah.
It's all connected. It doesn't matter.
It could all be one thing.
Yeah.
What about that phone in the middle there? What's that?
Just
What's that telling me
ripped
about?
phone games.
Yeah, that is, we killed the phone game. Here's where we tried to have, look, guys, here's your phone game, and it's going to be a little rotating.
You have rotary missing link now. Have fun. Deal with it.
And that's why it looks like there's an explosion right below it. That's the phone game exploding.
Yeah.
It's just poofing into dust on that street.
Anyways.
I like Sora's outfit. I feel like we've seen it before, but looking at it in that picture, I like it.
Yeah. Big dark side looking motherfucker that I think was in the the main trailer for 4. I think this is the same. Yeah. I haven't double checked anything. I've been too fucking busy to look at any of this.
No,
shit,
yeah.
All right. But I think this is the same thing that was being fought in 4. I don't know if this is like a pre-existing shot. Which I think is going to be important. Darkseid is always the big turnaround fight in a lot of entries, which brings me back to Kingdom Hearts 3. Nobody talks about in Kingdom Hearts 3 that the dark side that you fight is weirdly translucent, and they just don't mention it. They don't mention it, and we just move on with their lives. Like, why are you fighting a transparent...
When and where do you fight it? I don't even remember.
It's at the very beginning. You fight the transparent... transparent dark side in the same place that you meet Yozora in the secret ending.
Okay.
Anyways,
so it could be a phantom of some sort.
Could be something. I'm just sure it's,
Might
related.
Be some universe-crossing dark side.
Also, now that you've got it zoomed in, I can really tell. I think those those heartless on the top one, are those Sora shaped? Like, are their heads?
I wanted to talk about that. They look very similar, like the little hair bobs back here. Look very much like Sora's, like the back of Sora's hair here, like the little swoosh, Sasuke swooshes he has.
What is it called? A ducktail?
Yes, I think.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But this is clearly Quadratum, like this whole thing here. That's what this is. Still definitely a work in progress build. Like you can tell, just these guys aren't casting shadows, or maybe maybe they don't because they are shadows.
Hey, they are shadows. They have no body to cast.
This is the Big Hero 6 world.
This is Big Hero 6 world again. Even though the little thingy has the little government building and 109.
That's because San Francisco is based on.
San Francisco is based on.
Yeah,
that's actually very true.
Did you see the movie?
I did. So the first two things that I noticed, he's got glowy. His shoes are one, normally proportioned, and two, they're glowy.
Yeah, very upsetting.
I can't get over his shoes. I'm kind of hoping that's like a world.
It's gonna be a reveal.
Like this is like, you know how you turn into a lion when you go to Lion King world. You get regular shoes in Quadratum, but as soon as he leaves this place and goes to a cartoony world, he gets his big shoes back. That's what I'm hoping.
Somewhere, some source, the sources I made it up. Nomura said that if Sora is in Quadratum here, like I think he name dropped saying like, yes, he's in Quadratum. If he were to leave, I think is the verbiage he uses. Not that when he leaves, but if he were to leave, he would, like, he looks this way because he's in this world. And like, of course, like that's always how it's
that's
worked.
what I want. That's what I want.
Okay.
I want, like, you're in Final Fantasy world, so he gave you realistic anime.
Yeah, so you're gonna look exactly, because that's always what's happened. That's, of course. I don't know why people think, oh, I don't like how new Sora looks. Like he's in real life world.
He's in real world world. You
me-
gotta understand he's gonna look more real.
Are you telling me Sora or Donald and Goofy did come with him, but now they're just at a fucking park?
Just a bird
No,
and a
see,
duck.
I think Donald and Goofy are gonna show up, and when they show up, it will be a real duck and a real dog.
Hell yeah. I'm down with that.
And it's gonna rock. Or
No,
double
it's gonna
twist.
Be the mascot
I was just gonna
outfit.
say it's the mascot suits from Disney World, because it's gonna be from Disney World Tokyo. It's gonna be the same fucking thing.
And if you go to Disney World Tokyo, it will interact with your Kingdom Hearts 4
Yes,
app.
yes.
And Sora will
We need
know
the
you
Kingdom
were
Hearts
there.
4 band and interact with all the things.
All
and
the
if
things.
You get the,
and if you get enough of
and
them.
if you get the
And now
Keyblade and
Sora's
you interact
wearing
with
the Epcot t-shirt.
And I don't remember, what was it? At the hotel, there was a thing where you could stay at a Kingdom Hearts themed hotel, and in the hotel rooms there was an object in a Kingdom Hearts ass treasure chest that you had to use your little Oblivion looking key to unlock. And when you unlocked it, they had a little note that was like, please don't take a picture of this. This is like an important thing just for you. But of course it got out anyway.
Yeah, naturally.
And I want to pull it up, but like I think that will also come into play because that is slightly relevant. Hang on, Kingdom Hearts Hotel. It was the Wayfinder thing, wasn't it? It was the thing that like Kyrie gave him. Isn't that what it was? I want to.
Oh,
Okay.
the little like promise looking thing, or what? Like the little Wayfinder thingy.
Yeah,
like,
and
Wayfinder
one,
light
Yeah,
thing.
it was like the thing that Kyrie gave him. But I know like people took
Like her good luck charm.
Yeah,
or whatever it was.
But yeah, there was like this like real chest that was in the hotel, and they were like, hey, don't show what was in it, but you could use the key on that, like this little thing, the little lock part, and it opened it up. And it was like
Just a picture of Sora jerking off, and it's like, please don't share this official art around.
yeah, it's a slightly color altered version of the Oathkeeper gift key is what people were, and that's something like that.
Okay.
Like the little charm on Oathkeeper's
Someone's walking around with an off-color Oathkeeper on their necklace.
the little bangle, which was just like the little good luck charm that she gave him in Kingdom Hearts. It's like this thing, but like slightly different colored, right? And
Okay.
that item has now become an item in our literal real world and has changed color. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's changed color. Is that an underlined sentence?
I'm not like maybe, I don't know. I just think that's important to note that like the fact that we have one thing in literal real life that showed up, and it wasn't exactly this. It was this, but the color was different. And I want to say it was like more green or blue or something. I wish I had the fucking picture because I remember trying to tie all this together. Is it? Oh, hold on. Somebody linked a thing. Is it this? Oh, hold on. Someone says the Kyrie Palpu fruit is blue on both sides. There's no Sora face on the charm, but instead a little gold circle in the center.
Huh.
Yeah, it's blue on both sides of the little charm thing instead of being the little pink, yellowy, whatever the fuck color the Palpu fruit is.
Well, when they make the Kingdom Hearts movie and it becomes temporarily live action when he teleports to Pirates
When he
of the
teleports to
Caribbean
Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah.
we made this prop and we let someone at this hotel, this lucky person, have it.
Yeah.
But that's also a real functioning Keyblade that has entered our realm and works.
if I don't have
so don't use it by high security doors.
Yeah, please don't use it.
These ones don't really look like it. But these ones are all facing forward.
Yeah, I had
They
a
look
thing
kind of
like forever ago.
I don't know if it's just like work in progress look, but they look almost like blocky, like robotic.
They do. I don't know if these are going to be heartless or unversed, whatever, like a new type of thing, some other random.
I just noticed an aerial one over on the left.
Oh yeah, there's like this creepy little dude who has like these little thingies sticking
He's got
out.
like propellers.
He's got like, I don't know if these are like eyes or something. Oh, can you see the cursor now? I don't know if he's got like weird little shit going on over here. But I think none of that matters. I think none of this is important. All these guys, you can delete them because the only thing that matters
More irrelevant
is this right here.
You know what I just realized? That's a guy swinging at him, not Sora.
This is a guy swinging at him. Are you sure?
I am almost positive now that that you're zooming in. That is like right off of Sora is the main body, and that is an arm. With
Yeah,
a,
I
you know
kinda
what?
get that
Actually,
vibe
you're probably right. Well, fuck.
Yeah, I think that's just a big sweeping animation.
that was so like, oh my god, he's doing some fucking Venom shit. But now that I'm really looking at it,
Sephiroth's
it's a dude.
wing.
But there's two things to note about this one.
Oh, what fucking if?
See, we're gonna follow that. What fucking if? Because the thing that I see all these people that talk about all this theory shit. None of them have honed in on the thing that I think actually matters, which is, can we talk about anti-Sora? Can we talk about what the fuck that is? What is that? What is that about? And
Why does Sora go dark mode sometimes?
And in the final fight of 3, it's pulled out of you.
It happens, yeah.
Automatically, without your input. And that's like, we're just gonna pretend that's not a big deal. Like that's not a thing that matters. Of course that matters. That's omega huge. That's the biggest thing that's the biggest like missing link
like
that I think.
Dangling thing.
Yeah, that's so obvious, and nobody's talked about that being important at all. It's like, are we not gonna mention that Sora turned into a fucking Heartless during the most pivotal fight in the entire series? Like that's a pretty big fucking deal, right?
Makes sense to me.
So I was hoping that this would be him pulling out a little Heartless blade, and that it was going to be like, now that he's in the real world, we're going to have some arc about him like accepting his anti-Sora-ness,
his darkness,
because he's in the little mirror world. He is now this Sora being in unreality is un-Sora, and un-Sora is like close to anti-Sora.
Well,
some bullshit.
Okay, I'm a little foggy on the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. It's been a bit since I've like really remembered and thought about it, but like Xehanort's whole thing was like he wanted balance, right? Like he wasn't like, I'm dark evil, I want evil to take over the world.
Yeah.
He was just like he was constantly seeking balance, the middle ground. The light and dark need to be equal on both sides for the universe to be in harmony or whatever.
Yeah.
Is like Sora gonna be the key of like, you know, like he's gotta be the guy who seems to have a heart of pure light, but we know there's darkness in there because he's been a heartless
absolutely.
and been
Yeah,
dark and has, you know, rude, angry thoughts sometimes. And like, so is it gonna be like a whole like Sora's the Keyblade master who gets it, kind of like Xehanort did, except Xehanort maybe got a little too hooked on the darkness?
I think probably that is like the closest thing to what's going to happen, and I hate that because that kills Riku's gimmick. Like that was
yeah,
his
Riku
whole
is
thing.
like the darkness and light. It's like his.
That's his whole thing. And so, but I do think that's what's gonna fucking happen because Master of Masters, he's like, my name is, and then what happens is there's a big flash of light, and it doesn't matter what his name is. I think the point there is that Master of Masters is some version of light. We know that darkness can be embodied from the phone games. There are 13 vessels that are just, darkness takes these forms. Darkness is just these fucking things. And there's like, what, 6 or something left now? That is just pure darkness. Like darkness is a hive mind that takes these forms. So light could be a singular entity and be the Master of Masters because we know this is going to flip the narrative. It's like whatever the fuck, right?
And we've got all the evidence of Master of Masters tells you his name or whatever, and the screen lights up and you hear nothing, and the possible implication that he's literally saying, I am the embodiment of light.
Yeah, I am light. I am the alpha and the omega. Like whatever the fuck, right? I think that's the angle they're going with it, and it's going to be JRPG Kill God again, and that's fine.
You have to kill the light.
You have to kill the light because
too strong.
Because the light's too strong, and then that also redeems Xehanort because 3 ended with Xehanort, hey, maybe he's not such a bad guy. Maybe.
Yeah, it did feel really weird. Like, even as someone who I feel like has followed the story decently close, when Kingdom Hearts 3 ends and everyone's kind of like, we forgive you, Xehanort, and it's like, what? We just fought to the death with this guy minutes ago. What are you talking about?
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine. That's the point. You love One Piece. He does the same thing.
No, hey, I ain't saying that talk no jutsu ain't real and that you can't, come to see eye to eye with your enemy at one point or another. But it just felt very, sudden, and I feel like we did not get an explanation on Xehanort's part, other than him just being like, I wanted balance, bros. Sorry, guess it went a little wrong.
And I think...
didn't we stab him with a keyblade and
the keyblade
or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, basically.
I need to go back and play 3.
I've been wanting to go back and play all of them again, so,
Do you think about how old 3 is ever?
No, I try to not think about that. But if you add 2 years to whatever how old it is, it'll be like, yeah, that sounds right.
Because you can, because it was fucking pre-pandemic.
Yeah. Man.
It's just those 2 years didn't exist, though.
Second thing outside of Sora taking Riku's thunder. There's a billboard here for shoes.
Okay.
All right? Billboard for shoes.
Shoeboard.
Shoeboard. In a lot of the billboards
Confirmed.
for...
Shuhei Yoshida. Confirmed.
Yeah, Shuhei Yoshida. Lot of little things up here. I want to believe, because these are all glowy, that you can get different shoes and dress things up. And it's going to be like 0.2. And... fashion.
I was really mad that wasn't in 3, seemingly.
Yeah.
Fashion is such a big part of The World Ends With You. I think you'll be able to do it here.
Ooh, okay. I didn't even think about that.
Well, you know what? To that fact, that's why Sora's shoes are glowing here, because these chains are an attack that only these shoes do.
These shoes can only do this thing, or he's in the district where these shoes are in fashion, and so he's getting the buff, and it's glowing, showing you that you get the foot buff.
There were all those rumors of Sora coming to Fortnite, and you know what was happening around those times? When the kicks started dropping in Fortnite.
Holy shit.
Just saying. Could have been connected to all
He was
along.
like, sorry, Nomura's like, I can't add Sora unless you can change his shoes. Because that's so pivotal and it's so important.
Yeah, that is going to be a major detail in the upcoming Kingdom Hearts universe.
And all of this is going to wrap around to
change your
Nomura
shoes.
is launching his own line of shoes. That is what this is leading towards. That is the whole point. That is what this is.
To drop a fashion line.
Yeah, honestly, he's been wanting to do that his whole life. Like, it's obvious with all the design stuff he's been doing. He's going to drop a line of shoes. And you're going to be able to get bonuses when you wear them in real life. When you go to Disney World to actually see Sora IRL, you better have the right kicks. So,
Otherwise, he won't respect you.
That's the end of my grand theories. I just wanted to end you on I think the most plausible one.
I can dig that, and with his glowing shoes, I feel like that's very possible.
Yeah.
I don't think that's whatever you call it, like his freaking. There was a proper noun name for his ability to bounce off walls and do cool
flow
interactive
motion.
things. Flow motion, yes.
Yeah.
This is not flow motion shoes. He bought these shoes to do these motions.
These are my go motion shoes.
Yeah. He's air dashing into that streetlight, and he's gonna do a big spinny keyblade attack. But his shoes are gonna be glowing the whole time. His big blinking booties, if you will.
Well, there we go. See, I could talk about a screenshot for 2 hours.
No, yeah, it's fine. I looked at these screenshots and I was like, I don't know if there's like big lore drops in here, but if anyone would, it would be here.
I
so
can't
if we're
promise.
Gonna talk about it, I'm gonna hope it's a day he's on stream. And
I can't
lo and
promise
behold,
any
you were
veracity to these claims, but
what is that car behind Sora? What?
That's a car.
It's a Nissan Sentra.
Okay.
Car Drotum. You're gonna drive a car.
The center
Cars
bottom
confirmed.
picture-
Cars confirmed. Chat, you guys need to join me in my prayer circle. Fuck Disney. I don't want it. I'm done. And Grant's going to be like, no, don't listen to him.
Okay.
All right. Grant's an inside agent. He's Unk. All right. We're cool. I'm Big Bro. And I'm saying that you guys
Agent
don't want.
Unk reporting in.
You don't want any Disney. You want Final Fantasy. You want at most, you get Star Wars and you get Avengers. You get a Manhattan and you get a Death Star. And because those are real. So Sora can still look quadratum because they are real. And if we get a Disney World, it is only going to be the remake so Sora can still look real. That is it. That's all you're going to get, and it's going to be part of the storyline, that it's going to be the real Disney World, and it's going to be live-action Aladdin. He's going to be like, hi, Will Smith, and he's going to be like, how'd you know my name?
Man.
I'm Homer Simpson. Ha ha ha.
I don't want that.
I just want fucking Sora, Donald, Goofy. Like, or
and that to be
Mickey.
the end of the Disney.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that could be the
Like
end
Mickey,
of it.
Mickey,
I
Donald,
wanted to,
and
that's
Goofy.
I'm
I
saying
don't
at
want
most.
Star Wars touching this at all. I know
It's
no
going
more.
to. It's
Jump
going
at the
to.
opportunity.
It's going to.
Yeah, it's gonna happen eventually.
It's gonna happen,
I
and
was
he's
so
gonna remake the
ready for
trailer.
that Band-Aid to come off in 3.
Look,
Whatever.
man,
That's
when we-
fine. I think it's cool. Because it's
I don't
not
like Star
it's
Wars.
not contemporary Disney shit. I think we're done with that. There's no other good one. They didn't make them anymore. They're done.
When we go back to our Finny fun with the Luca world, and then we hop out and hang around in the afterlife in Coco, and then we're on stage with Max and Goofy for the Powerline concert. Like, you know, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. And then Sora turns into a car for the car.
Sora's gonna turn into a car.
Yeah, dude, that one would be rad.
That would be rad. Okay, if he turns into a
Yeah,
car,
You gotta
that'd be
enter
fine.
Mater's rally and race him to
Yeah.
get his Heartless or something.
All I'm saying is we have the game where he is in real life, and Disney now owns half of every real life IP that anybody gives a shit about. You could go to Aliens, you could go to Indiana Jones, you can go anywhere. You can go to any fucking thing you wanted to. And we could do that. But honestly, I don't want that. This is the time for Square Enix. Give me a Chrono Trigger world. Give me a Final Fantasy VII world. Give me everything. I want all the Final Fantasy shit. I want Square Enix's catalog. Give me a Dragon Quest world. That's what I want. I want
I'd
everything
definitely
like
be down
that.
for all that, for sure.
This is him. This is his time to go to video games, like, because that is the other half of this equation. Like they talk about in Traverse Town, they're like, "Oh yeah, we ended up like stranded from our world," and then they act like Hollow Bastion is where they came from. No, it's fucking not.
Like, no, they had their own world.
We
They
already
had
have
their
this-
Final Fantasy VIII world or whatever.
This is all in the same infrastructure that the
Yeah,
Rebirth,
remember in 2 whenever Sephiroth and Cloud were fighting, then they just leave.
and then they just leave
they're
because they went to
different
fucking
world.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. That's what's gonna happen. Let's go there. That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
I mean, Tyler, you played the Final Fantasy VII remake or whatever. Isn't that like... I haven't played through it, so I don't know, but people are like, oh my god, Nomura's doing his thing in this too. Like,
I don't know. I haven't played the second one.
oh, okay.
Well, what's going to happen is that Eris isn't going to die. That's the thing. That's what's going to happen. She's not going to die. You're going to have an option to change it. That's like what all the little ghosties are building to.
There's going to be a quick time event.
Yeah, it's a quick time event, and if you fail it, it goes, "Oh, poor baby. You want to retry, or you want to have it just
Cloud
do it for
goes,
you?"
wait!
Yeah,
and
then it
gets
goes,
stabbed instead.
Phoenix down.
Oh, yeah.
You can just equip her with like some better armor, and the attack doesn't hit her as hard, and she's fine.
Here's an amulet that is two-sided and has a little shield on the back of it. It's for the center of your back.
Sora hangs out with Zac Efron in High School Musical, and I'm going to be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember any of the songs from that movie, so I'm gonna move on from the bit I was gonna do of Sora.
Howard would sing one
Yeah,
of them
yeah.
all the time, and I don't remember it.
Sora says bet on it, or whatever, I think, is one of them. Maybe. I might be making that up.
Well, Unc, they just say bet nowadays.
Damn, you got me. You got me. Sorry. They do just say bet. You don't even need the rest of the sentence now. Two lights heading for the dark side. Could that be when Donald and Goofy show up?
I saw that somebody in chat was saying that's them. I thought that's literally the government nuking that Heartless.
Oh, you want to know what I just recognized and what I realized?
Uh-oh.
So in the phone game, Master of
Oh.
Masters says that the world he comes from is a world of this symbol. Right here.
What is
Ah.
that symbol? Because I see that a lot. It's just
It's a comment. All it means, it's like an author's note. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's like, it just says like, hey, it's what we use an asterisk for in the English language. They have this little symbol in Japanese. But however, you will notice that it is an X marked by a little crossroads of like 4 things. And how many
we're
people
we're
came
apparently
back?
covering the symbol on the screen.
Oh, you're covering the symbol. Well, it's the thing. You know what it is. It's the X with the fucking dots.
It's the Monster Hunter.
It's the Monster Hunter thing.
It's the Monster Hunter Generations logo.
Quotation.
Look up Monster Hunter. No, look up the
symbol,
Monster Hunter
Japanese.
Generations logo. Look at what we're talking about.
What the
You
fuck
don't
is it
understand.
called? It's like author's note.
Also,
bullshit.
something else. That girl had a Roman numeral in her hair.
Yeah, Jonathan
Yeah, it was
pointed
9
that out. As
or
I saw
11?
that she has,
One of the two.
that she has 9 in her hair, possibly.
Is that
And I was
what's
trying to
her
think of like
brother's-
how many lights versus darknesses or whatever in the new game that freaking whoever
Boom.
was playing.
Well, I was
This
trying to
thing.
think. Is that her brother's position in organization?
in-
Like,
Oh, is Marluxia number 9? He might.
I don't
be.
think so. I think he
remember.
was like 12. He was like really late.
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, it's this thing. They have that little thing because this is just what you use as an asterisk when we go like, "Hey, still in development," is all that's saying. Is it's like, you know, this is still in development. I'm gonna close just so they can get proof. I'm gonna
Okay,
Yeah.
can you do me a favor now? Can you look up the Monster Hunter 4 logo?
See,
Monster Hunter Generations logo.
see that little number right there. There it is.
That dude.
That's the
Hickey.
symbol, and that's where Master of Masters says he comes from. Okay, a world in development, a world that wasn't finished. Okay, AKA Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which was deleted and gone forever.
An incomplete world.
An
that
incomplete
was
world that was
destroyed.
gone. It all comes back. I'm telling you right now. He's a 5D genius. The genius that, like, you know, MAGA thinks Trump is, Nomura is actually that.
Nomura is.
He is actually that. All right, I'm just telling you
He's
right
that
now.
bowler who's going like, whatever you think you
He's
are,
that guy.
I am.
He's that guy. He's built different. Don't mind the fact
Well-
that he says in interviews that he has to watch YouTube videos to remember what the lore is.
Look, man, it's just it's less that he needs the reminder and more it's better organized than his personal notes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sure it is. It's just something missed in translation. Oh, and Marluxia was 11, I guess. So maybe she's got,
okay.
maybe that's a
11.
mirrored image. It's flipped and
Because
that's-
she's
and
in the mirror world.
yeah. It's
Well, maybe
actually
she's
11.
fucking stupid and doesn't know her
She
brother's
doesn't
number.
know the Roman numerals. No
something like
Merle,
this.
no Merles.
Yeah, Roman Nomuras.
Yeah, Roman numerals.
Thank you, AMR Crow. Nomura is a crazy fella.
Monster Hunter Generations.
What am I looking up, you ding dong?
There
You
it is.
idiot! This is
That's
nuts.
it right there.
Wow, guys, did
It's
you
a
know
diamond with an
it's the
X in
same
it.
If
thing?
you showed them,
It's
they would have
literally-
known
they would've-
exactly.
it's
Yes,
literally-
it is.
It's literally
Oh
the
my
same
God.
thing.
It's got no dots. It's got no dots.
It's
Yes, it is.
literally-
The monsters are the dots,
It's
you
the
dumbass.
monsters are the dots. Look at that. The monsters are the dots.
Okay.
Monster Hunter coming to Kingdom Hearts 4.
Good times. Zone.